I dropped Blue Box the first time I watched it, so why am I now saying it might actually deserve the hype? So I finally sat down and watched Blue Box back when it came out in October of 2024, and I was actually in college during this time, but I ended up dropping it halfway through the series, and I think this is mainly due to the pacing issues. However, I decided to finally give it another chance, and oh boy was it a good decision. Blue Box is a series that's been getting a lot of praise lately for its mix of sports and romance. Going into it, I'll be honest, I was expecting something either overhyped or just another generic high school love story. But Blue Box is a bit more specific than that. At its core, it's about Taiki, a badminton player who's chasing improvement, and Chinatsu, a basketball player he admires, not just romantically, but as an athlete. However, our main character finds out that Kano's parents are leaving Japan to move overseas for work, so after finding this out, he tries to convince Kano to stay, but she was already going to do so anyway to achieve her goals. But the house she would be staying at would indeed be the same house that Taiki lives in. The story blends daily training, school life, and a very grounded kind of romance. It's not loud and it's not dramatic. It's quiet and very focused on consistency. One thing I think Blue Box does really well and doesn't get enough credit for is the sports side. Taiki isn't some hidden prodigy. He's not instantly amazing. He's just decent, and that's important. You actually see him struggle, train, and slowly improve over time. His growth feels earned rather than handed to him, which is something a lot of sports anime skip over in favor of hype moments. And what I like even more is how the motivation works between him and Chinatsu. It's not just a one-sided crush. They inspire each other through their dedication. Chinatsu is someone Taiki looks up to, not just because he likes her, but because of her discipline and mindset, and in turn his effort pushes him to close that gap, not just emotionally but physically in terms of skill. The mutual inspiration is subtle, but it's one of the strongest parts of the show. Now let's talk about Hina. I'll be real, I usually don't like love triangles in anime. Most of the time they feel forced, dragged out, or just to create artificial drama, and honestly most of the time we don't even need that. But Blue Box handles it differently. Hina isn't just the other girl. She feels like a real person with her own emotions, her own timing, and her own struggles. The situation isn't built on misunderstandings or cheap tension. It's built on genuine feelings. Hina actually gets the screen time, which allows the character to build so we understand her more. She isn't just some annoying side character attempting to break away the main character from his main love interest. She's a likable character that throughout the show I actually sympathize with, and that's not something common when it comes to a love triangle in these type of shows. Instead of being frustrating, it actually adds emotional weight. You understand everyone's perspective even if you have a clear preference. That balance is hard to pull off, but Blue Box manages it, and I am personally team Chinatsu by the way, but I do get it if you're on the other side. For me personally, one of the reasons this anime hits is how relatable it is, especially if you've ever taken sport or self-improvement seriously. I myself have, so I can resonate a lot with the show and what the characters go through throughout it. That idea of showing up every day, training when you're not the best, facing a goal that feels just out of reach, well, that's real. Taiki's journey isn't about being special, it's about being consistent. And that's something a lot of people can connect with. Whether it's sports, school, or anything else, that mindset of gradual improvement and quiet determination is something Blue Box captures really well. Another thing that stands out is the communication between characters. There's a level of maturity here that you don't usually see in high school anime. People actually talk and express themselves. They think about how their actions affect others. And because of that, the relationships feel a lot more grounded. It's not built on constant misunderstandings or exaggerated reactions. Instead, it feels closer to how real people interact. Awkward at times, but honest. And that realism is a big part of why the show resonates with so many people. So what should you expect for Blue Box? If you're looking for intense sports action or dramatic romance, you might come away disappointed. But if you are looking for something more grounded, something that focuses on growth, consistency, and realistic relationships, then it absolutely delivers. It's not trying to be loud or groundbreaking, it's just trying to be real. And for a lot of people, that's exactly why it works.